Hey guys, Indie Prepper here, doing a quick review of the Trangia Mini 28 model, which is a smaller size kit of the Trangia little stove, alcohol stove, for a single person, something like that. Not necessarily for massive numbers of people or anything like that, but it's lightweight, it's small, carries all the gear you need. And I thought I needed this for the days that I go down to the river, down the mountainside, and fish and have a day down by the river. I did not necessarily need my standard camp kit and all that. I need something small, light, if I needed it, ready to go. Not necessarily needing refills on fuel and those sorts of things. And saw this for about $30 and thought it was a great option overall. Let's go into the stats on this. Overall, the whole thing's aluminum, so will not attract a magnet, etc. But it's very lightweight. Weighs in at about 11.6 ounces, so less than 12 ounces overall for this whole thing, as you see it and as I unpack it. The top does not screw on, it kind of clamps on, but it clamps on real tight, so I'm not real worried about this thing falling apart on me or coming apart. The lid, the top, actually serves as a frying pan. Small little frying pan, about 15 centimeters across. Got this little divider here to keep from scratching the non-stick surface. They recommend that keep that in there, so I will do so. We'll talk about this and how it attaches in a second. Right here you've got the little holder clamp that serves as a grip for this, and the pot serves very well, secures very well overall, no problems there, but it's interchangeable between this and boiling pot, if you see right there. So that's going to be fine. It's real nice. You can pull this away, don't have to worry about it getting hot. Boil things, good to go. Pick it up as you need to, pick it up to stir, whatever. Releases real well. Very easy overall, so that's real nice. The pot here is 0.8 liters overall, so not quite a liter, but good enough for general purpose, boiling ramen noodles, preparing rice, whatever kind of little small stew you're going to do, whatever you want to do. Purifying water, just kind of whatever. This is good enough. It's not huge, but for one guy just hiking on his property, this is going to do my job just fine. No problems there. Now, got the Trangia itself. We'll talk about that in a second. But got a little windshield here that comes with it. Nice and rigid. Nothing's going to break apart. Nice and sturdy. Got some eyelet holes there for air and whatnot, ventilation, so the thing's going to burn real well. So this should work very well in any kind of altitude and climate. These Trangias are well known for their versatility in any kind of terrain, whatnot. I just bought this for general around the house and around the property use, rather, just because I need something small, compact, lightweight if I didn't want to hike up the mountain to make a lunchtime meal, something like that. This seems to do the job real well. I actually bought a second one of these with the kit for my secondary kits and other options, but that's another video for later. It was relatively inexpensive. I don't remember the exact price of this, bought individually. Let's talk about little Trangia itself. Alcohol burning stove. You can use isopropyl alcohol, heat, all the other style options out there, just like any other alcohol stove. Very well made, very compact, not going to leak on you. You got some pieces here. You got this top piece here, which I'll show you here in a second in more detail. But you got a nice lid on this thing. Nice tight screw top lid on this, if you can see that right there. The screw top lid does have a gasket on the inside, if you can see that, hopefully. So this is going to keep any of your fuel from leaking out. You can fill this thing full, you're good to go. It's going to last a long time. You're not going to waste any fuel due to evaporation, because you can just screw this thing on once it's cooled down and you're done with it. But you do not want to use this lid when this thing's still hot, or when you still got flames coming out of it, because that's going to melt your gasket potentially. So you got this piece, which fits over the top. Smother the flame. You want to cut down the flame, you want to work on it, something like that, you can do so. It says basically caution heat right there, if you can see that. You can see all the little jet holes in this thing, so once it gets rolling, it looks a lot like your propane or gas stove overall. You pour your alcohol into here, and basically once it starts burning, it's going to burn on the outside, not the inside. There's plenty of other videos out there on this kit, so I'm not going to show that necessarily. It's going to be a waste of time. But the biggest thing here, when you're burning this thing, it's time to put it out, unless it burns out on its own. And it won't, at least with one boil or probably 2. Cover this thing up, smother the flame. Once things have cooled off, that's when you apply the top here. Screw that in there so it's not going to shake out on you. None of the alcohol or anything. And then you put this on there, it just fits on there by friction, and you're good to go. And everything fits in here in a nice, compact kit. There you go. Whole thing, less than 12 ounces, about $30. For a single person, lightweight kit, especially if you don't need refills or anything, you can fill that Trangia up. You're going to be good for several boils. Now, one problem with this small kit is that it's not as fast as some of the larger Trangia kits. A lot of them generally take 7 to 8 minutes to reach a boil. This one takes 9.5 to 10 minutes to reach a boil. But if I'm camping down by the river alone, just fishing, I've got time. You know, what's a minute and a half extra? A little bit extra fuel, but again, when this thing's fueled up, I'm not going to need multiple refills or anything like that. So this is going to do the job for me on my little day hikes and stuff like that. Anyway, I'll do more reviews on this in the future as I use it, but thought I'd talk about it to begin with. Anyway, hope you found this useful. ND Prepper out.